Hey guys, how's it going? Tolbert here. This is going to be your video for Thursday, April the 9th. But really, it's just going to be kind of a check-in and see how everybody's doing and see everything that we got going on. The school board met last night and they determined that the end of quarter three officially was, which was our last day, everybody hanging out in the school together. So what that means is all the stuff we've been working on is going to count as quarter four, and we're still waiting to get more information on exactly what quarter four is going to look like. We're trying to get some word from the governor and whether or not we're actually going to come back on May 15th. A lot of it's up in the air right now. You know what I know. So, and I know a lot of you guys can't get into Power School right now, so that's a struggle. Um, Essentially, everything that we did before spring break, with our religion project being the last thing that we did, will be our quarter three grades. I know you can't check in Power School yet. I got most of it updated right now. So here's a few things that I want to offer to you guys. Number one, if you're missing anything, and I've been in contact with most of you who are missing something, you've got until Friday at 10 a.m. to get that to me. I have to have my grades done by the 11th, which is Saturday. Friday's the first day of spring break, and I'll be honest, I'm trying to get to my grandmother's cabin in the woods with no internet and no nothing, just to kind of get away from everything for a little bit. So I'm trying to get that done as soon as I possibly can at the beginning of spring break. So get that to me by Friday at 10 a.m., guys. That includes test corrections and stuff like that. I'll put directions in Power School so you guys know how to do test corrections and everything else. That's the big thing that we got going on. Quarter four, you guys know as much as I do. When we start back on April the 20th, that's our first day back from spring break, we're going to start something new in the district. Every week, we're going to have one day that serves as a flex day. And the flex day will be an opportunity for you guys to get caught up on your work and for teachers to have a built-in teacher work day. April the 20th, the first day that we're back, is that flex day. So there will be no new assignment, but I'll be online and I'll be working on some stuff. My plan is to get everybody in a Microsoft Teams meeting by class. And I'd like just to get everybody together, in all 20 to 30 of us, in a voice chat all at once, in which we can just kind of talk about things and see where we are and give us an opportunity to meet as a class for the first time in like a month, which would be super cool. But I'll send you more information on that. You won't have to download anything. It'll just be opened up in a browser. But we'll plan a time and everything else. And I'll try to do that by class so that we don't have 85 people in the same thing all at once. Your only assignment for Thursday, the 9th, is going to be taking the test. It's 24 multiple choice questions, same honor system as last time. This test isn't something you can Google anyway, you know. So make sure that you're following and doing what you're supposed to do. Cheating's not going to get you anywhere. The code, and I'll have this posted, is CBFHHTT, which stands for Carol Baskin fed her husband to tigers. CBFHHTT. She definitely did. We know that she fed her husband to the tigers. How she's not in jail. And see, here's what this is just me spitballing a little bit. You know, I've said this to a few different people who have asked me my opinion on this, and so I'll give it to you guys now, since you've not heard me go on a rant in a while. I think this is going to be the next generation's 9/11. I really do. I was just a little bit younger than you guys when September the 11th happened, and I very vividly remember pre 9/11 and post 9/11 and the big changes that came. Like, society changed, people became more patriotic, economics changed. We as a society became more conservative because we were trying to send money to a war effort. National debt we didn't care about anymore because it was going to save freedom and to stop terrorism. Politics changed. I think we're going to see a big, huge change socially, economically, and politically because of COVID-19. It's going to be huge. You know, the fact that right now we're shut down and we're preventing people from going to stores. We had video meetings earlier, and I was talking with Mr. Fontaine, and he was saying that there's people that are now pushing for eliminating handshakes from this point forward, because that could just help. But like a handshake is something that people have done for hundreds of years, which is pretty crazy. It'll be really interesting to see what happens socially because of this and what it does to humankind. And the first bit is Netflix releases a show about rednecks with tigers, and the whole world goes crazy and watches it and is convinced that this random hippie woman fed her husband to tigers, which is where you guys get the code for the test. It's cool. We're all losing our mind a little bit. But I'm going to be in contact with you guys over the next little bit. I'm going to send you guys this in Remind. If you know anybody that's not in the Remind, get them the code. It's in Power School. I'm trying to get. I ended up leaving like 20 voicemails yesterday with people's parents because I was calling from a private number because I don't want anybody to have my telephone number. So I did the famous *67 to block it. And that's really all I got. So I tell you what, just to make sure that everybody's okay and to give you a prompt, send me this in Remind, send it to me in email. I'll put two things forward, and I'll give you mine. Number one, what is something you're trying to do during this quarantine or isolation? Are you trying to learn something new? Are you trying to I did a lot of work around the house, and I'm currently trying to grow a beard, which is not going very well because it's patchy, but hey, it's on its way. So that's what I'm working on. And then thing number two, I made this playlist on Spotify. I call it my COVID-19 playlist. And it's got a bunch of random songs on it, and really the titles go through basic thoughts and emotions. And for example, the first song on my playlist is It's the End of the World as We Know It by REM. I'll give you another one, All by Myself, Eric Carmen. That's a good one. So distant and obscure. Because he's all by himself. If you guys got a song or something, hit me up with a song. If you've got something you're working on over the quarantine, hit me up with it, and I'll use it to talk about whenever we meet right after spring break. I genuinely miss talking to you guys and being in school and everything else. So stay safe over spring break. I should be reachable, so hit me up. Send me a Remind, send me an email. It's all posted there. If you're trying to get in contact with me and you don't want to go one of those options, call the school and they'll text me and say, hey, you got a telephone. Just leave the telephone number and I'll call back from my cell phone. It'll just show up as private number. Okay. Be safe, you guys. Take care, and I hope everybody has a good spring break.